Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In March 1925, Balfour visited Jerusalem to participate in the inauguration of a Hebrew university, which was created on the Arab land over Al Zaytun Mount that the British authorities had usurped from its owners by force and gave to the Zionists in 1918. Upon such a visit, huge demonstrations were staged and Palestine declared a general strike against Balfour's visit and huge demonstrations were staged against him, which forced the British authorities to make Balfour depart of Beirut, where he embarked on a ship bound directly for his home country. It is recorded that during the first 10 years of the Britain Mandate, around 76,400 Jewish immigrants entered Palestine. Most of them were from countries of Eastern Europe. With continuous increase in the immigration's activity, the Arabs felt the necessity to resist the Zionist act and the bias of the authorities to it. Thus revolution erupted, which was triggered by Al-Barak incident in September 1928, where the Jews attempted to lay hands on the western wall of Al-Aqsa Mosque, which belonged to the Muslims. Such an act resulted in relaying Arabic support to the Palestine issue in the Arabic regions and was the beginning of what came to be known as the Barak Revolution that witnessed bloody incidents where the Arabs started attacking the Jewish districts in Al-Khali, Hebron, Nablus, Baisan and Safed. Thereupon, the British troops rose to defense of the Jews using their air force, infantry force and armed-clad warships, inflicting the servants means of repressions against the Arabic protesters who turned to the Egyptian force for help. They destroyed villages like Darius in Lifta and others. More than 1,000 persons were put on trial, most of whom were from the Arab. 26 persons were sentenced to death, among whom 25 Arab and only one Jew. In the year 1930, the number of Jewish immigration reached 104.750, and in the next 6 years it reached 284.645, which meant an increase that amounted to 164%. Although this number does not compare those who entered the country through illegal ways. In the eve of the anniversary of Al-Isra, the night journey, and Al-Mira, the ascensions to heavens, in December 1931, an Islamic conference held which was attended by representatives from 22 Islamic countries and a group of public figures in the Arabic world. During the opening of the conference, that Mufti Muhammad Amin al-Hossaini stressed on the importance of Palestine and Al-Aqsa to the Islamic world. In addition, the conference affirmed its dedication of Zionism, the British policy adopted in Palestine, and the immigration of the Jew to it. The conference came out with a decision to establish an Islamic university in Jerusalem, boycotting all Jewish products in the Islamic region, and establishing an agricultural company in Palestine to rescue the lands of the Muslims. In July 1931, a formal statement was issued appointing General Arthur Grenfell Westport as High Commissioner in Palestine. Westport arrived at Palestine carrying with him instruction to reinforce the issue of establishing a national home of the Jews, employing Stalin and dealing tactics against Arab demand, together with increasing the Jewish population to be the majority in Palestine, while proposing to the Arab Falls project to district them. In August 1932, a declaration of establishment the Independence Party was issued, which flagged to a strive against colonizations, fight the Jewish immigration, and work on achieving Arab unity. The independents repeated their rejection of Balfour Direction and the British Mandate. They disclosed the exciting coalition between Zionism and the British colonists. In addition to this, they affirmed that one-third of the country's budget was designated to security and defense matters because of the government's endeavors to build a foreign national home against the Palestinian will. At the beginning of the year 1932, a conference for the Palestinian youth was held in Jaffa to discuss recruiting them in the service of the national movement. By the end of the year 1934, according to Bill Committee, the number of Jewish immigration reached around 42.359 compared to 30,327 in the year 1933 and 9,053 in the year 1932. And by the end of the year 1935, the number of Jewish immigration reached 61,1854, who came to Palestine from all over Europe. Moreover, the official statistics indicated that by the advent of the year 1935, the number of Jews in Palestine became twice as much as it was in 1929. Thus, the Jews represented one-fourth of the total insurers of the country. Sheikh Izz-ad-Din Al-Qasam Revolution. The British mandate realized how critical the situation was in Palestine when the country witnessed the revolution of Sheikh Izz-ad-Din Al-Qasam, who dedicated himself together with a group of mujahideen to defend the land of Palestine. He won martyrdom in Jenin after a military combat with the British Mandate Army. Directly after this incident, British commanded its High Commissioner Whispers, after 1 month following the martyrdom of Al-Qasam, to put forward the project of the legislation council before the Arab and Jews. In response to the request presented by the Palestinian political parties voted in November, the project stated the following. Number 1. The offer made by the government in December 1935 concerning the draft of the new constitution represented a principal step towards democratic ruling, when it suggested a legislative council with an unofficial large majority. Number 2. Concerning the selling of land, the government decided to pass a law that prohibited selling lands except if the Arabic owner kept a piece of land that suffers him and his family. Number 3. The rate of Jewish immigration was calculated maintenance according to the capacity of the country. A new statistical office was established to assess such rate. The Great 1936 Revolution and the Division Project. In February 1936, revolution erupted following a small incident, which was the spark that flared the emotions of the Arabs of Palestine, where they expressed their inability to tolerate anything more. The revolution started when a Jewish contractor refused to hire any Arabic labor in the constructions of 3 schools in Jaffa, which he agreed with the government to build. As a consequence, the Arabic laborers congregated at the school location and prevented the Jewish laborers from reaching the working area. In 15 April, a Jew was killed and another was seriously injured. Thereupon, the Jews related by the slaughtering Arabic peasants inside their house, which was the spark that set the fire. As violence escalated and tensions heightened all over Palestine, claiming many lives and causing lots of the casualties in both sides. One other owner, sorry, on the other hand, the interruptions of the British army to subdue the Arabic demonstrations caused many casualties and death amongst Arabs. A general strike was declared all over Palestine, and the national resistance movement increased, where it became organized into groups centrally fortified on mountains. Then many volunteers joined them from east of Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and Iraq. Thus the resistance group turned into an army national revolution backed up by all classes. The revolution employed many years of struggling, like destroying bridges, exploding railways and oil pipes, in addition to attacking the military bases and bombing locations for the British army. On the other side, the British troops used in many cases warplanes, armor and artillery to quell and subdue these revolutions which only intensified people's revolt. Meanwhile, there were endeavors on the part of Arabic countries to mediate between the Supreme Arab Committee and the British government, where a joint call was issued on the part of King bin Saud, King Ghazi and Prince Abdullah on 10th of October to the head of the Arab Committee and to the Arabs of Palestine, where they started the flowing. We were deeply hurt by the current status in Palestine, and we in agreement with the King of Arabs and Prince Abdullah call you to resort to peacefulness to stop bloodshedding, depending on the good intentions of our friend, the British government, and its declared desire to achieve justice, and having confidence that we will continue exerting effort to help you. As a consequence, the Supreme Arab Committee declared end in the strike and called people to perform prayer for the soul of the martyrs who reached 2,000 Arabs.